I'm reminded of times when I thought life was going okay, and then I would be knocked down again by, well, the insecure, ungrateful. I don't even want to give it a word. We were members of a local tennis club. I signed us up when I was still a business owner, and I was working and traveling back and forth to clients. Wasn't a mom yet, and I thought how great it would be. We can be in this gym that had a tennis and social club, and it would be a great way since I had just moved to that town and I could get myself affiliated with other people. So fast forward to when I was 8 months pregnant and came home from work one day, and he said, "You shouldn't have to work. I'm going to take care of you. This isn't really a job that you should be doing and coming back to a newborn baby, so I got yous." Okay, well, going to all kinds of homes to organize, I was getting more calls for hoarding situations at the time. He thought it wouldn't be good for a baby, and he promised to care for us, so it seemed like it was opening the door for the family life that I always wished for. It wasn't. It was opening the gates of hell that I would fight to break out of. When my son was only 18 months old, he had his first day at that club's childcare. It was a glimpse, my first glimpse into having any kind of help and getting some kind of exercise and a break. My first mommy break. Eventually, I was able to play tennis again, and it led to my years that I would play in leagues and I would captain teams. My son had friends there, and so did I. Some of the tennis players, a lot of the tennis players even became clients. And then some that I even turned into more clients. Not that I was a billboard on the courts, but just out of relationships. Things were on the up and up for a while, or at least it seemed. We had become rooted in the community. We upgraded to nicer cars. I still wasn't free to do as I pleased and spend as I wanted to, so I got creative with my tennis lessons for the team, and I would get package deals that would be beneficial. So it would help the ladies on the team, it would have more team camaraderie, and it was financially affordable, so I could swing that because he was getting more business as well. I wasn't one that I hung out at the club and stayed there after a match or after a workout unless it was taking my little guy to the pool. Unless it was, friends were around, something beneficial. That was usually just in the summertime, though. I did have work. I still even worked, even though I was really, quote, a stay-at-home mom. I just didn't get the credit for the work that I did. The real estate photography, the videos I created, the marketing plans. Some clients and tennis friends, they only found out about my work when I would show up at their door to photograph their home. Well, the club had a new coach, and he let me negotiate a group price for the team. And having lessons and coaching for myself and the team became very affordable, so I also was able to work out some lessons for my son. He was a great coach. He really helped my game. He was great to work with for the team, very uplifting, built the morale. It was pretty wonderful, and he was actually a really great instructor for my son. He was a young, handsome guy. I just thought he was a great coach. It ended there. I knew nothing of his personal life until later on stories that were told about tennis ladies after he left the club. Overall, he was a nice person, but I had to abruptly end the lessons. Sadly, they were affordable for me, and I could finally practice with a pro, and he really needed the money, as I later learned. He had 4 kids. One was special needs, and he was having a rough time getting by at that time. Well, my ex had this version in his head that I had some secret affair going on with him because I responded to a text one weekend afternoon confirming a tennis lesson for my son. So then he amped up the accusations and the wild thoughts in his head. And it wasn't the first time. The first accusations of my so-called cheating, those came when I was a new mom. I had no support. I was living in a newer area, no family around. They were on the opposite side of the country. And I was facing new mom challenges, just as any mom does. It's overwhelming having your first child. I took to online mommy groups, and I read on how other moms did things or handled things. It was especially helpful when breastfeeding situations arose, and there were helpful tips right at my fingertips. I was so grateful for that. One day he was looking over my shoulder when I was reading through something in the mom community, and he asked if I was having an online affair. I thought it was the craziest thing that I'd ever heard. There were female questions that couldn't get an answer from him. Why is he asking such nonsense? That nonsense died down for some time, and I also lessened my time of looking for other moms' answers online and figured a lot more out on myself. All by myself, on my own. But then came the accusations when I was trying to get affordable tennis lessons and a great captain for my ladies team. I hadn't yet saw the patterns of the accusations. They were still forming. Years ago, he used to accuse me of loving to argue. I didn't. I would retreat to do my best to dissolve them. Over time, I dissolved myself to keep the peace. I had always strived to be better in my adult years. I wanted to be a better person. I wanted to be a woman of strength. I wanted to be the best mom. I wanted to be the best wife. I wanted to be a part of my community. I wanted to be a great friend, great hostess, member of society. I wanted to become the kind of woman I could be proud of. Strong, solid, loving, a mother with presence, a wife with depth, someone who showed up, lifted others, made her home warm, made her world better. I wasn't chasing perfection. I was reaching for integrity. I wanted to be a great friend, a great neighbor, a great soul in my corner of the world. So when he said, "You don't have to work, I'll take care of you. Just stay home and raise our son," I believed him. And in believing him, I gave up everything. Not all at once. That's the part that hurts the most. It didn't feel like sacrifice. It felt like love, like commitment, like doing what mattered. But bit by bit, I gave away every piece of myself. My business, my independence, my name on the work I still did behind the scenes. And I didn't even realize it was happening. I told myself I was adapting, adjusting. But what was really happening was the scaffolding of my identity was being pulled out from under me. One broken promise at a time.